Hello, I'm Spoon, and in this video, I am going to take a practice SAT math exam. If you want to see me start right now, check the description of this video, and you should see a timestamp that will allow you to skip this introduction. So now for the introduction. I'm making this video in the hopes that it will be useful for someone who plans to take the SAT in the future. Maybe it'll be informative to see someone take the exam. I probably will adjust my strategy throughout this test, and I will be verbally explaining my thought process throughout. So, yeah, I hope it helps you with coming up with your own test taking strategies, and just getting rid of the fear of the unknown if this will be your first time. If you are not watching this to get a better understanding of the SAT, uh, hopefully you'll find this interesting because I have not taken the SAT math exam in 6 years. So it'll be interesting to see how well I do after all of this time. The SAT is now digital as far as my research has been going on the SAT. When I took it, it was on paper. And so this video is not going to be a perfect representation of the exam. I'm just going to do module one. Uh, I'm skipping module two, and from what I've found on College Board, module two is adaptive for both the uh, sections of the exam. So I'm going to be avoiding that discrepancy in this video because I'll be only doing one module. In addition, as the SAT is now digital, I'm not doing this on the Blue Book, I'm doing it here, but since on the digital version, you're allowed to bookmark answers, go back and forth, I hope this will be a good enough of a comparison. I did do a practice ACT math exam, and I posted it on this channel recently. I think it's been about a week or two. So I have a little bit of practice with these tests that I took 6 years ago. Um, oh, my setup. I'm recording this on my computer through Zoom. I'm using an iPad to take this PDF practice exam. I got it from the College Board website. They had a list of practice exams that could be downloaded along with the answers, which is handy. I've not looked at the answers. I will do it at the end to score myself. I also have my phone nearby to record time. I have a TI-84 calculator. I double checked what was not allowed for this exam, and I like my TI-804 for calculations, so fortunately I get to use it. And yep. Oh, and I have a piece of paper to record answers so that I can easily score myself at the end. All right, I told you the purpose of this video, a little bit of context about me, and how I am doing this. And also I compared and gave a disclaimer about how this demonstration is not completely representative of the SAT. Again, SAT is now administered through the Blue Book app, and it's digital and adaptive, where the second module of each section is selected based on how well you do on the first. All right, I think that is everything. I have 43 minutes to do 27 questions, which is much more generous than the ACT, which is 60 minutes for 60 questions. But maybe these questions are harder, so we'll see. I will be talking through each question, which could slow me down, but now I have some practice. Check out that other video, and let us begin now, 43 minutes. All right, the first question. The group of students voted on 5 after-school activities. The bar graph chose activity 3. Well, that's between 35 and 40. Yeah, it looks like 39. So my answer is B. 2. What percentage of 30 is 75? I mean, 300. 300 divided by 75 is 4. Oh, I did the other way wrong. 75 divided by 30 is 0.25, so 25%. And I got to write down. The answer is A. What is the solution to the given equation? X squared equals this moved over. I think I have the advantage here because I don't know if on the digital version you can just write on top of everything. 25 times 36 equals 900. Square root of that equals 30. The answer is B. Three, three more than 8 times the number x is equal to 83. What represents this equation? 8x plus 3 equals 83. So that would be D. Anna deposited a fixed amount into her bank account each month. That function gives the amount after T monthly deposits. What is the best interpretation of 25 in this context? T is 25, so 25 months. Oh, it's talking about up here. That's $25 per month. With each monthly deposit, the amount in Hannah's. That seems correct. After one monthly. Yes, A is correct. With time, that the amount in the bank account increases by 25. So 5 is A. All right, 6. The customer spent $27 to purchase oranges at $3 per pound. How many pounds of oranges did the customer purchase? So $27 times a pound, $3 equals 9 pounds. I can do it in my head, but I just like writing out the units just in case. Oh, and this is not multiple choice, so that'd be 9 pounds. And I don't know how you do this digitally, but I believe you're supposed to circle your answer. Let me move the L in pounds just a little bit so that it's obvious it's not 91. All right, 7. Nasir bought 9 storage bins that were each the same price. He used a coupon for purchase. Was the original price utilized for one storage bin? Okay, let's say the cost of a storage bin is S. The entire price was $27 equals 9 storage bins times the cost of a storage bin minus the $63 off the entire purchase. So I add 63, that is equal to 100 equals 9S. No, that is 90. 90, so S equals $10. I kind of went over that quickly, so I'll leave a mark. $10 per storage bin. That is a rate, so S equals all right, 8. For the linear function f, the table shows 3 values in x and their corresponding values of f of x. Which equation defines f of x? All right, the difference between this and this is 3 and 3. So y equals 3x plus 29. A. So far, these equations have been nicer than the ACT practice exam I took. Right triangles PQR and ST are similar. And that in geometry means that this STU. Okay, so that's that. The P corresponds to S. Is 18, Q is 18 degrees. Is an angle measure of S. So this is also 18 degrees. They're 180 degrees. That triangle, this is a right angle, so it's 90. 180 minus 90 plus 18. Oh, let me write that down. 180 minus 90 plus 18 equals 72. So B. The scatter plot shows the relationship between two variables, x and y. What is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown? On a side note, I very much dislike drawing trend lines when you could do least squares regression. That's about negative x. Yeah, this automatically looks like the right because the slope is about -1. Uh, y-intercept 9.4. Oh, I guess yeah, you can. Yeah, D. 10 is D. Okay, 11. Given the equation, there's a relationship between the number of birds and the number of reptiles. Pet business days, we were care for 16 reptiles are 2.5 B plus 5 R equals 16 equals 80. 80 minus 5 times 16 equals 0. So B equals 0. Okay, 11 is A. How much time do I have left? 35 minutes, and I've completed 11 questions, so I think I'm on the right track. Maybe all the easier questions are put to the front, and then I'll really get caught up as I approach the end. What is the equation of the graph shown? Well, the y-intercept is -8, so whatever it is should end in -8. All right, all the answers appropriate. The slope is -2. Yeah, so it's not any of these. A. All right, 13. If okay, x equals 40, multiply that over. 8 divided by 40 is 0.2. 14. When I was looking at the formatting, it said that there should be a limit of 4 characters for positive numbers and 5 for negative numbers. I'm guessing the negative sign counts into that 5-character limit. It doesn't look like decimal points counted as a character. Imagining someone was to grade this that wasn't me, I'm imagining maybe I'm not supposed to include units inside of the answer. I will have to research that after this video. Fortunately, I'm grading my own exam. All right, the solution to the given system of equations is x, y. What is the value of y? I like solving this with linear algebra, but I will do this in the way that I was taught in high school. And I will be using substitution. I'm using the second equation, rewriting it, which means that the first equation, if brought down, equals 24x minus 6x plus 72 equals 48. 48 minus 72 is equal to negative 24 . on the left side is equal to 18x equals negative 24, 18. So x equals negative 1/3. All right, negative 1 1/3. Convert that to a fraction. So x equals negative 4/3. And a good thing there's this 6 here, so that gets rid of the denominator plus 72, so y should equal 80. I went through that fast. I am getting a hunch that maybe I should double check this later. So let's just say 80. Maybe I should not have included the y equals part. You know what? I vaguely remember when I took the exam, I think you're only supposed to circle the number, which was different than what you're supposed to do in class. Anyway, line t in the xy plane is a slope of negative past the point. Which equation defines line t? Well, this is wrong, and this is wrong because it should be x divided 3. It needs to pass through the point 9, 10. I think it's this because negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3 plus 13 equals 10, and that passes through 9, 10. So yeah, it's D. The function f of x equals 206, that's a lot of numbers, models the value in dollars of a certain bank account by the end of each year from 19. Where can I get this bank account? My interest rate is like 0.01%. Um, wow. Where X is the number of years after 1957. F of 5 is approximately equal to 243 in this context. I gotta read. The value of the bank account is estimated to be approximately $5. No, this is saying X equals 5 years. It's estimated about $243 in 1962, which is 5 years after. So I think this is correct. The value in dollars, the bank account is estimated to be approximately 5 times greater in 1962. No, value of the account is estimated to increase by approximately 2 for every 5 years between. No, that's assuming linear, and this is exponential. So B is correct. All right, 17. For a certain rectangular region, before I finish this question, I think with the SAT, maybe there wasn't, no, I think there was a clock that I could look at. It was awkwardly positioned. So I have the advantage of being able to see this timer very clearly instead of having to like turn my head all the time. All right, for a certain rectangular region, the ratio of its length to its width is 35 to 10. This is not drawn to scale. Okay, so the width of the rectangular region increases by 7 units. How must the length change to maintain this ratio? Okay. Actually, I'm not immediately understanding how to set this up, which is interesting. I haven't tried something like this in a while then. The width of the rectangle increases by 7 units. I'm thinking very much in a calculus mind, which I should not. I think this is much easier than just trying to use calculus. Okay, I'm just gonna go with intuition. 7. I would think about this more, I'm getting 24.5, but it's not good to get held up by a question, so I'll leave a mark next to this and go back to it later. When I was doing the ACT math, there were a couple of questions. I was like, I'll get back to that later because I'm sure there are other easier questions to get to, and all those questions are worth the same amount of points. I did start running out of time in the ACT math, and I was running out of time. I would spend less time with questions just to try to get as many answers as I could without the time cost of thinking so much. And then eventually, when I was starting to really run out of time, I just filled in random answers for questions. I did not get a lot correct by randomly selecting, but yeah, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that for this exam because it looks like I'm on track. I only have like 10 questions left and I have 26 minutes to do so. So I should have plenty of time to double check all of my answers. All right, question 18. Square P has a side length of x inches. Square X has a perimeter that uh you know what? The perimeter is P and perimeter here is Q. So Q is a perimeter that is 176 greater than the perimeter of square P, and P's perimeter is 4x. The function f gives the area of square x in square inches, which the following defines f. And everything is in inches, so no weird unit changes. All right. So this is giving perimeter. To get a side, you divide by 2 and then square it. So plus 4x divided by 4, divide by 4, then square it. 176 divided by 4 is 44. So 44 plus x squared. Do I have that anywhere? Yes, I do. Right here. 18 is A. The given equation relates to the distinct positive real numbers w, x, and y. Which equation correctly expresses w in terms of x and y? Okay, so solve for w. Okay, so I'm going to divide the 2 over here. So I get 14x divided by 14. Oh, uh, that cancels out. That's just x. Oh, what happened to my toolbar? Okay, I guess I didn't need all that. All right, x divided by y equals 2 square roots w plus 19. This is gone. W plus 19. Get rid of that by making this squared. Then subtract 19. X squared minus 19 equals w. Yes. C. 20. Point O is the center of a circle. The measure of arc O of arc RS on a circle is 100 degrees. Say RS. What is the measure in degrees of the associated angle ROS? I know what it is. It's half the it's 50 degrees. I don't think I was taught the proof for this. I just remember that from geometry. Um, wait, wait a second. Let me think about this. Oh, but I can't think about it too long because I don't want to waste too much time on question. The measure of arc RS on a circle is 100. What is the measure in degrees of its associated angle ROS? You know what? Shouldn't it be 100 degrees? Why am I thinking? Oh, I'm gonna write above. It's only half if it's like this, and this is a chord. But now it's in the center, which is different. So I'm thinking of the special case when you're trying to find the, yes, because I remember like if you have a diameter and then you connect it like this is 90 degrees. These angles are equal, and then this is equal to that. All right. Actually, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's 100 degrees. We'll see. If I want to do 20 again, maybe later. All right, 21. How much time do I have? All right, 21 minutes. I'm doing good. I don't have to stress too much. The expression yikes is equivalent to that, where a and b are positive constants and x is equal to 1. What is the value of a plus b? Okay. Well, for roots, radical root, I forgot. The symbol is the radicand, and here's the index, which is the equivalent of doing the exponent of the inverse. So I got rid of the square root symbol and just put 1 over 5. And here is just 1 over 8. So this is equal to 6 times 3 times x to the power of 9 times 2 times x to the power of 1 over 8. Um, 18 times 2 is 36. X over 9. Oh, you have to add them together for exponents. Right, you don't multiply. And 9 plus 1/8 is 9. So 36 plus 9.125. I don't need a calculator for that. Why did I? All right, 37.125 A plus B equals. All right. Um, I don't know if that went over the character. I mean, it was only 5 digits. X 21 is 37.125. I did go through that quickly, so I'll come back to this question. A right triangle has a side lengths of that, and that. What is the area of the triangle in square units? Oh wait, I'm gonna be agnostic with these. Root 2. Square root of 80, that is 4 times 20, which is um 2 square roots of 20. 20 has another 4 in it. So 4 square roots of 5. Let me double check that with my calculator. I did that very quickly. Um, 4 square roots of 5. Yep, that's correct. I suppose my test taking strategies are affected because of the research I've been doing. In research, it's handy to do things quickly, but it's very important you do it right. And so I will spend a lot of time slowing down and thinking about everything. And in this case, I am doing things in a time limit. Anyway, 4 square roots of 5. So what is the area of the triangle in square units? I remember Hero's equation. It was like square root of semi-perimeter minus A, semi-perimeter minus B, semi-perimeter minus C. How do I remember that? I don't think this is a right triangle. It's not following like the 30, 60 degree rules or the 45, 45. That's a lot of work. I'll get back to that later. I mean, I could maybe I could do it now, but just in case I start getting slowed down. All right. The expression that, where b is a constant, can be rewritten as integer constants, which of the following must be an integer. Okay. Let me factor it. 4x squared plus, oh, maybe h can equal 4, so I'll take 4x plus something, and 4x, I mean x plus j. Okay. Oh, b can be anything. So why don't I just have this like 9 and 5? Negative. Let me make one of these negative. All right, so let's say this is just 9 and 5. So that satisfies the equation. And then b would be negative 36 plus 5. Um, Negative 36 plus 5. So b equals negative 31 in this case. J 8 h equals 4. K equals 5 and j equals negative 9. So it must be an integer, but it must be an integer. All right. I don't know how I could quickly prove that, but let me just test to see if this all holds out. So this doesn't hold out. B divided by K, nope. 45 divided by H, nope. 45 divided by K. That works. I don't know how I'm proving it, but it looks like this answer satisfies this test. In the given system of equations, A is a constant. Oh, it does seem like towards the end the questions are getting harder. I have 13 minutes left. A is a constant. The graph of the equations in the given system intersect at one point. What is the value of x? I don't know if this calculus knowledge is giving me an unfair advantage, but is there a way I could do this without calculus? I don't know. I'm just going to do calculus. So the derivative of that, I could have just written y prime. All right, 4x minus 21. And the other one derivative is 3. 24, 4x, x equals 6. Yeah, I don't know how to do that without calculus. Huh. Okay. An isosceles triangle has a hypotenuse of length 58 inches. What is the perimeter in inches of this? If you are a high schooler who has not taken calculus, I am very sorry about this problem. Anyway, isosceles triangles have height not hypotenuse. Doesn't the hypotenuse count for right triangle? Oh, yep. Isosceles right triangle. So this is equal. Right now, it was the perimeter inches of this triangle. Uh, well, you gave me a formula before. 116 square root of 2. Okay, I guess I can make it proper. 116 divided by 2 is 58. So 58 square roots of 2. 28 is C. 25 is C. I have about 10 minutes. All right, 26. In the xy plane, a parabola has a vertex 9, -14 and sex. Excess is combined equations, parabolas are in the form where a, what each of the following is the could be the value of a plus b plus if it intersects the x-axis at 2 points, then b squared minus 4ac must be greater than 0. And the parabola has a vertex 9, -14. To complete the square, ax plus ba squared plus c plus minus, was it ba? No, just b. All right, so ba in this case would equal 9, and c minus b equals -14. And if, so a must be positive. So that means b must also be positive. C must, A and B are both positive, and that, which means if all these answers are negative, then C must be negative. Oh gosh. How much time do I have? 7 minutes. All right, I'll get back to you. Function f is defined by that, where a and b are constants in the xy plane in the graph. So y-intercept in the product of a, b. What is the value of a? No, sorry, y equals -a plus b minus 15. Oh, 99 sevenths. All right, so if y-intercept, so 0. So -1 plus b minus 15 equals -99 divided by 7. All right. B equals, thank goodness my graphing calculator has a decimal to fraction converter, which saves me time. Divided by 7. I'm going to add 16, math fraction, and that equals 13/7. A times B equals 65/7. A would equal 65 over 13. 5. All right. I have two questions I haven't solved. Let me go back to 22. I have 6 minutes. I have a feeling I might not have a lot of time to double check my questions, but I'm fine with that so long as I have a more or less confident answer for both, which means I am doing better than I was doing on the ACT math. Maybe this practice is pulling off, even though I have uh, no intention of taking the ACT or SAT again. Right, 22. What is the area of the triangle in square units? All right, let me input heroes 6 square roots of 2 plus 2 square roots of 2 plus 4 square roots of 5 divided by 2. I'm going to store that as a semi-perimeter. X minus 6 square roots of 2, x minus 2 square roots of 2. I'm inputting this formula in. Paso a paso. 4 square roots of 5. Oh, 12. All right. 22 is, and the last thing I haven't tried is 26. I have 4 minutes. Okay. Parallel vertex is points, equations, most the point must be value of oh, I got that. I kind of have a system of linear equations. Um, no, this is completely nonlinear. I don't think I can linearize anything. Okay. What could be the value of a plus b plus c? I said a is greater than 0. That means b must also be greater than 0. Positive. What should c be? C must be very negative. Saving image. If you're taking this digitally, then you can just, those answers are saved. I remember when I was taking paper exam, sometimes I would only write my answers into the test booklet and then at the very end put only answers into the bubble Scantron, which I guess I don't have to worry about. What could be the value of a plus b plus c? Uh, hear an ice cream truck. Um, I have no idea. I have all these things I do know, but nothing about A plus B plus C, which I think means I should just guess and then uh figure out what I don't know at the end of this exam. So I will just put B for now. All right, and I think I have an answer for all of them. I have 1 minute 40 seconds left. I don't remember any particular I should go to. I could go back to 22. I just did that. 21. I went through it quickly. This all does look right. 36, 9/8. Or I mean 9 plus 1/8. Oh, 36 plus 9.125 equals 45.125. That's the 9 plus 1/8. Okay, that's 45. And I have 50 seconds left. Let's see what more I can do. All right, that's correct. I also marked 20. I put that as 100. ROS. O is the center of the circle. I think that's right. I put 100 degrees. All right, and 17. For a certain rectangular region, the ratio of its, I went off intuition with that. Oh, yeah, I don't think I set that up correctly. I think it's a, uh, oh, I'm out of time. All right. Now it is time to grade myself and see how I did. Uh, I'm feeling good because I was pretty much able to get through all of them uh, at a moderate pace. I'm sure I got a few wrong, but I was able to at least give each of them some attention. All right, so I'm going to grade myself now. Uh, I'm pulling up the answer sheet on my computer. You can skip this part if you want. I'm just me making sure that I got everything right. I'll just be crossing off everything I got wrong. So 1B, 2A, 3B, 4D, 5A, 6 is 9 pounds. Yes, 9 pounds. All right. 7 is 10, 8A, 9B, 10D, 11A, 12. Ooh, I got 12 wrong. 13 is 0.2, 14 is 80, 50, 15 is D, 16B, 17B, 18A, 19C, 20 is 100 degrees, 21 is, okay, for 21, I put down 45.125, and the correct answer was 45.13 or 12, which means I did not properly truncate my response. I put too many digits. I'll give my score if I accept that, and I'll give my score if I don't accept that. All right, 22B, 23D, 24C, 25C, 26 is D, 27 is 5. All right, so that was module 1. I'm not going to do module 2, so let's see how my score is. Is module 2 only Module 2 is also 27 questions. Oh, I'm looking at the score sheet. All right, I got there aren't the same amount of questions for reading and writing and then math. Okay, so I will multiply my correct. So 27 24 or 25. So 24 times 2, 28 or 50. Okay, I looked at the answer sheet and corresponding scores. Since I only did module 1, I'm just going to multiply my raw score by 2. There are the same amount of questions in module 2. Hopefully it's a similar difficulty, but this is a PDF, so it's not adapting module 2 based on how well I did on the first. So if I multiply my raw score by 2, I get 760 or 780 out of 100. Now that depends on this question here, 21. I put too many digits in my response. So either I need to round this to the nearest hundredth or truncate it to the nearest hundredth, which I did not do. So uh, if this is wrong as a result of me not following, so it would technically, yes, wrong. The answer is right. It's not formatted correctly, which means my score would be 760, otherwise it would be 780, which is cool because when I did the SAT, I got a math score of 780. So, um, yippee. So yeah, thank you for watching. Um, this was much more relaxing than the ACT, but I remember I got quite a few wrong on the ACT and I still got 28, which actually I don't know how to directly convert that to the SAT off the top of my head, but for first time doing SAT Math Module 1 practice with only ACT Math practice recently, I'm feeling pretty good about my score. So yeah, I hope you found this video uh, helpful and or interesting. Unfortunately, I think my ACT Math video would be a better demonstration for you if you want to practice or see some skills in action because I struggled more with the ACT practice exam. And so I was adapting my strategy throughout. I was going through the questions normally. I started noticing I was running out of time. Again, this is the ACT practice math exam that I did recently. Um, as I started struggling, I spent less time on questions and going through. If there's a question that seems like I was going to spend a lot of time getting through it, I just marked it and said I might get back to that later. So I just focused on what looked like I could get through quickly to get as many points as possible. Then at the end, I started going back through questions. And then when I started running out of time, I just still started filling in random responses. And I think it was a good demonstration of making sure that you use the appropriate amount of stress to be focused on what you're doing and making good decisions throughout the test without letting it freeze you in place or making decisions like focusing too much on one question or whatnot. So yeah, I think that previous video I did is much better because I was able to get through this a little bit easier. But thank you for watching. Um, and I hope you have a great day. And if you are taking the SAT, I wish you the best of luck and good studies. Bye.